Okay, so we'll go ahead and continue on and paint the Wolf Priest, and this is just the way I do it, okay? And this is not a how-to video or how you should do it, okay? This is just how I do it. Now, in the last video, if you remember, I've sprayed the model with the white primer, acrylic urethane Vallejo's white primer. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to use a pre-shading technique. Now, right now in the airbrush I have loaded is the black primer. Now, you can use any color like the air color, black primer, or game color or model color. Now the whole point though is it should be black, because what you want to do is you want to shoot this black into the recesses of the model. I'm shooting about 20 psi's right now, and you want to cover all the recesses of the models where the shadows would come through, and you'll understand how that works in the next step. Now I'm doing it to the body here, but I'm using a really dark color for the body itself, so you're not going to see the pre-shading. I'm just doing it because it's forced habit and it's part of my process. But pay more attention to the cloak if you want to see how pre-shading is done. Now on the cloak here, as you can tell, I'm just spraying the black into the recesses of the cloak where the shadows would be. Also, the lines doesn't have to be perfect. That's the important thing. Imperfection is what makes pre-shading work. Here I'm using Vallejo's Game Color Somber Gray with 2 parts mixed with 1 part model color black, and then diluted about 8 to 10 parts, and the base coat should be pretty diluted, pretty thin. What you want to do is you want to spray the base coat into a lot of layers, about maybe 2 or 3 layers. And the whole point of this is so that the pre-shading can come through. Now, as I said, doing the body right now, I'm using a very dark color. You can barely see, it's almost black, so you can't see the pre-shading come through. Now, just for a little bluish tint, I sprayed Magic Blue 45-degree angle onto the model from the top with the airbrush, about 10 inches away. Here I loaded the brush with model color red, and as you can tell here, I'm starting on the cloak. I have the napkin there just to prevent overspraying onto the body. If I usually have a problem with overspraying, but here I am spraying the red, diluted about 1 to 5, 6 parts, and it's pretty thin. So what you want to do is you want to spray about 2 layers, 3 layers of it on the cloak, and as you can tell, see how the shadows are darker and the red is lighter on the white primer there, and that's how the pre-shading effect works. Here I loaded model colors vermilion in about 1 to 2 mix ratio here, and what we're going to do here now is post shade. Post shading really is about picking up the highlights. Now you can tell I'm picking up the highlights of the folds of the cape to where the folds are on top, and I'm spraying vermilion in a line down those folds. At this point, I gotta whip out the brush here now. I'm gonna go ahead and do some wet blending with red and vermilion with some retardant in it, and we'll do the cape, the front cape, I guess what you're gonna call it, the drape, the kilt, whatever it is. But we'll go ahead and paint that up. Here I'm using Game Colors Bright Bronze to paint up all the icons that would be more bronzy-ish. Here I am going ahead and give it the pelt on top a base coat of German camel black brown in the model color line. Now using that same color, camel black brown, I'm also going to use orchid brown here in the model color line, and I'm going to wet blend both these colors together on various areas here just to make it blend in. Now here we're using model colors buff, and we're going to go ahead and use that color to paint up the skulls and some of the icons on the Terminator. Using the same color buff, I went ahead on the pelt, highlighted some of the fur really lightly so that some of the lighter colors can come up on top. It will be dulled down when I'm going to weather and wash the model. Now, I had a problem capturing this last bit here, so you don't see it, but went ahead and really diluted some black and washed it on top of the body of the black just to tone down the blue highlight I did earlier. For the grip of the Crozius, I went ahead and used a mahogany red from the model color line. Now, taking model colors gunmetal gray, I am painting the metal handles of the Crozius and the bolter. Using model color red, I went ahead and painted the top of the bolter, the Signia red that I use on all my Terminators. Using model color silver, I am painting the nozzle of the melta part of the gun, as well as going to use the silver to do some highlights on the areas I've just painted gunmetal gray. Using Game Color's bright bronze, I went ahead and just painted the Imperial symbol there, and also I went ahead and painted the two wolf symbol or icons on the arms. Now for the base, I went ahead and mixed 1 part neutral gray and 1 part light gray from the model color line to paint the rock area. Use model color black to paint the, or actually base coat the chaos symbol and the dead chaos marine on the base. Using gunmetal gray again, I went ahead and painted the symbol, chaos symbol, and I left some black on there, but like a heavy dry brush, I guess, wet dry brushed on it, and did the same to the figure itself, bring out some of the highlights with the gunmetal gray. Then using spaceful gray, I went in and did some highlights on the figure. And finally, I'm using Pledge Future Floor Wax to give it a gloss coat. I gave it about 3 layers of gloss coat, and that should be more than enough to prep it for weathering and washing. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you picked up some stuff that might help you on your little painting adventures there. Now there'll be another part where we're gonna weather it and beat it up a little. We'll give it some pin washes and stuff. Give the character a little bit more character. So that's it for now. I will see you later. Subscribe, like, and all that other crap to the videos you're supposed to be doing for YouTube. That's it. I'll talk to you later. If you're into scale modeling or want to get some scale modeling tips and techniques, check out my channel for scale modeling, SM Consortium. For more tutorial videos on how to paint your figures, check out Les's channel at Awesome Paint Job.